Okay, one of the things that people probably ask me about most often is how to get their toddler sleeping on their own or sleeping more independently in preparation for a new baby. I have a bunch of different suggestions for you, and I also want to just prepare you for the possibility that it might not happen. So we're going to go through a few different options, and I have some nice little illustrations to show you. First option is to continue co-sleeping with your toddler or your older child and the new baby. Now, co-sleeping is just the umbrella term that means sleeping in proximity. It would mean everybody sleeping in your room, and there are several different ways that you can do this. Number one, if you've got a real Velcro toddler, a real barnacle baby that not move out of your bed, the absolute safest option would be to have them on one side of you, you're in between them. Ideally, the baby is sleeping in their own space. Really not the safest option to have baby and toddler in the same bed. Now, if that's totally impossible and you need to have both of your kids in your bed, you do want to minimize the risks and remove as many potential hazards as possible. So you definitely want to be following the Safe Sleep 7. For warmth, you could have each baby or your toddler and your baby in just a sleep sack so they stay warm and so that there are no blankets that your toddler could accidentally cover the baby with. And of course, you always do want to stay in between them and not let your toddler sleep right next to the baby. If you're wanting to bed share with your baby and not with your toddler, but they're not quite ready to be in their own space, then you can create a little space in your room for them. And I would ideally prep for this at least a few weeks, if not a few months in advance of new baby arriving. So it would be mom and new baby in the bed, and then toddler could maybe be in their own space, like a floor bed in your same room. And then of course, your other option is to transition your toddler into their own sleep space while you're awaiting the arrival of their new baby sibling. So there are lots of ways to do this as well. You can have like a divide and conquer if you have a partner. So maybe your partner starts to co-sleep with the toddler in their room and you have the baby in your room. You could do vice versa. It depends a lot on the personalities of your kids and if you plan on breastfeeding. I know it can be a really emotional and daunting thing to move your child out of co-sleeping, especially because you don't want them to feel replaced, you don't want them to feel upset at the new baby. That's why I really do recommend making a change a few months before the arrival, if possible. And I do have a guide that helps you go through step by step exactly how to move away from co-sleeping in a way that's really gentle and respectful and developmentally appropriate and just easy on the whole family. So I will put the info for that in the caption.